So before I start this video, I wanted to let you know a couple things. One is I really appreciate all of you guys reaching out and following up on this video. Two is I really appreciate Toast Performance and Dan and all the guys letting me be there and hanging out and filming and with no rules, whatever I wanted to do. And three, Toast was nice enough to give me a discount code for you guys. It's good throughout their whole website and all their products. So I'll put that right here for you guys. I hope you like this video. Please watch to the end. It lets you know a little bit more about Toast Performance, what they're about. They're making everything in-house. It's pretty impressive. I don't know if I can do these guys enough justice, but like I said, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy it. Watch to the end. Tell me what you think. I look forward to it. Let's go. So that's what we're doing. Goals by the end of November. And this is November 2023, right? Okay. Yep. I told him off camera, I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire on this one. Alright, I'm here with Dan Toast, the man, the legend, and the owner of Toast Performance. Okay, we're here. The cat's out the bag, we've seen it. I would assume they've heard it.
They're about to hear it.
So as a consumer, and it being my bike, I couldn't be more happy and proud to run this. Like, it turned out freaking amazing, and knowing this is a prototype, which is the whole thing in its own, so the finished product's gonna be even, not different, it's just gonna be sleeker. You guys are gonna run it.
It'll be refined.
Refined, there it is. See, that's why this guy's a smart guy. So, first of all, before we get into the nuts and bolts, I just wanna say, Toast Performance, you guys treat me like family, and I appreciate it. And it's just been fun. I've been here for like 3 or 4 days, or whatever, and we're just hanging out, and we've been working like.
Instead of just sending you a prototype, actually helping put this prototype together. Yeah. Like seeing what's involved in it and how we do it and how we get to this. So instead of just mailing you, here, try this, let me know what you think.
Which happened last time.
Right, which is how it worked last time. And this was, you were actually able to see how things evolve and why things get to where they are. And then know that when it goes to production, the things that we have in place here to get things done nicely.
Yeah.
And we do it all here, so you get to see the quality control and what's involved.
Easy
blessing to have you here. It was nice to have you here because, you know, we've talked about a bunch of issues and in manufacturing, and it's nice for you to see hands-on, like, all right, now I get it why this is a holdup or this may be a problem.
Yeah.
And
Why do we hate heat shields?
why do we hate shields?
Yeah.
Heat shields.
No, why does nobody want to make heat shields other than Toast, and why they and what you have to do to them to get them to look so good and the placement and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely heat shields. When you change a design or a bend or anything with a pipe, now the heat shield, the pattern and everything has to match that pipe. So if you finish the pipe and shield and then go back and make a change, all the collateral damage of everything else, the fixtures, the this, the that, has to change. And you got to put your hands on it. You actually helped me make this set.
I know. And he has told me, he's like, well, you know, we'll talk about getting you a manufacturer. And I'm like, I kind of am attached to this one.
Yeah. Well, you did some of the work.
I know. I was here, what, 2 years ago, I think?
Yep.
First time we ever worked together, had the opportunity. Man, you're at the shop this game.
Yeah, I mean,
Holy, you're about outgrowing the new building.
yeah, and we live this.
Yeah.
You know, this is what we do. So, you know, now when you came before, the dyno was kind of in a makeshift dyno room.
Yep.
Now it's sunk into the floor. It's a permanent fixture.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, we constantly improve. So when it's busy season, it's manufacturing and you know, focusing on that. And then when it starts to slow down, it's refining the process. So we're never happy with a product all the way through. It's like we can change this and make it better. And then we may get a new tool in the arsenal or a new machine or a new way to manufacture something. And we can go back and refine some of the things that we already did. And you get to see, you've seen it.
Yeah. And I think that is a really good point to bring up right now for you guys. Refining and changing and evolving and innovating. A lot of that happened in the last year. About a year ago, you and I talked, and you got the first 2-to-1 that I had on the system.
Yep.
And in the meantime, during a slow season, you guys figured out you wanted to change that front head pipe just a little bit.
The trigger was you saying, hey, I put a big work kit in my bike, and now we're gonna roll with this. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, if we're gonna change it, now's the time.
Yeah, and finding so you found that all the time, even with the 108 or the 112 that I have in my bike, changing that rear cylinder permanently was the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, it did affect manufacturing. It affected a lot of things, which you got to see.
Yeah.
But the final product is better. It's just a better. And so that will carry on through the whole line. And now we've realized that one guy wants it loud, one guy wants it fast. So
Yeah.
in order to make, you know, everybody happier as much as we can, we're trying to implement heat shields as an option and a shorty, more loud pipe as an option, and then the performance, you know, the optimal performance. And you know, it's always said that, you know, it's combination and it's you know, it's your riding style.
Right.
I know how you ride.
Yeah.
You know, it's so this is a good package for you.
I love to say this. It's my hard-earned money on my motorcycle. We might as well have the setup that fits me the best.
Yeah.
So what Dan and here at everybody at Toast has done is they're bringing you options for the first time. Not the first time for this setup. And so everybody with a 108 or a big bore kit, they get the diameter pipe that fits their motor size. Then you get the option of if you want a shorty or the full length 2-to-1, which is my. I mean, we played a little bit with some things that are still in R&D, which is fun because it's not even done. Like, I think that's amazing that we've worked for the last 4 days. Pretty much I walked into almost a finished product, and it was what fits me, what fits Fish, and this is what we came up with. But then he tells me, and you dropped a bomb, and you said, hey, you know your brother-in-law with his slip-on that he loves, and same slip-on that I had on my Challenger that you loved. I'm like, yeah. He goes, we're designing a head pipe that we'll use, and then a mid pipe or whatever that will use that muffler. So all you guys, my boy Jeremy and some of my other friends that have the muffler, and you love the look, you love the long black tube, it's beautiful, sounds amazing. You guys can now get rid of the stock headers. You can pull it into a full system. You can get the look of the two pipes coming down. It's incredible that you guys you're offering that, and then you're offering 108 options, and then now a big bore kit option or the high performance motor type.
Yeah, and a lot of that is dyno time. Like, you know, you're screwing around with something and you're kind of like, well, let's just throw one of these mufflers on and see what that does. And they're like, wow, it's kind of not exactly what I thought it would do. And like, wait, we can offer that as an option. Yeah. And that's how things evolve. And we're just open-minded. And then the feedback that we get. So that the systems that we've sold, you know, the feedback's been incredible. So it's, the people are so into the motorcycles, this Indian community, that it's nice to say, these guys appreciate it when we go back and like make some changes. And, you know, once again, we go back to heat shields and it's like, should we just get rid of them? You know, our competition's not doing it. Why should we do it? And then the answer to that is, that's why we should do it. Yeah. It's just offer it.
Well, that was one of the first things that was brought up to me by some people. They're like, hey, like you said, there's a lot of competition that are not making heat shields. And I was the first person, you know, to rebut that and was like, yo, you have to make them. Look how freaking beautiful these heat shields are. Look at them. They need to be on the bike. There needs to be an option at the very least for the bike in the build. And then you were nice enough to say, well, guess what? You get to help make them. So it is a challenge, and I can understand why it's a complete stopper of the game. Everything moves real sleek. Everything's going really well in manufacturing, and then it's heat shield time, and it stops. So I get it, but they're beautiful. I mean, they're a work of art in themselves.
You should be proud of yourself. You have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, and it was kind of fun.
It's always like function, aesthetics, actually, you know, just manufacturing. You have to kind of work around what you can manufacture. So do we, you know, put a ton of money into a die set that might have a change? No, we make them by hand. Mm-hmm. Like, especially the prototypes are made by hand. And then it's, now let's work to repeat that in a manufacturing atmosphere. Yeah. And you got to, you know, I was kind of like, no, I like this, and that's how we're gonna make the ends. Yeah. And you were like, no, man, what if we go with round, like, you know, a curved edge, like the original ones? And I was kind of like, I was on the fence, but once you said it, I'm like, yeah, I feel you. You know?
And they came out looking great. I mean, they look so good.
You ground them. I did pattern, and you went for it.
Can I do that one?
You want to try and grind it?
Yeah.
Go for it, man.
Just how much pressure do I have to do?
All right, so the main thing you got to look out for is like you're trying to consciously not go in one spot on the wheel. Okay. You're trying to kind of just gently. So what I do, I'll have you do is take it to like an 1/8 inch past the line.
Yeah, I let you finish. Oh, past the line. Take the line off.
No, this line. Leave the line.
Oh, leave the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could actually just go like this and just keep working it down, but the best way is to just keep knifing it like that.
Okay.
And just where you're comfortable, but stay past the center line on the stick. Okay. You don't want to be underneath. You want to be where you can see.
So I can see. Okay, cool. I'll do it. Give it. Trade jobs.
All right.
Supervise me.
All right.
If I start fucking up, we'll trade jobs back. That way, if I fuck it up, it's all on me, right?
All right.
Yeah, so you guys, it's amazing. You know, I love innovation. The industry is always pushing one another. You know, somebody else makes a good, Toast makes a good pipe, somebody else has to make a good pipe. And then Toast goes, well, son of a, you know? And this is what I like, and this is what I've brought. In the motorcycle world, it's the same way. Indian Motorcycle makes a great bike. Harley has to up their game, and, you know, Goldwing's got to do a little something, then Harley, you know, and then all of a sudden Indian has to do something again, right? And the winners, and I know you're in the business owner part, but us consumers, we win.
Right. When we're competing.
Because you're competing.
Yeah. Yep.
And I appreciate the amount of in-depth, people don't know the amount of text messages that you guys, that we have, right? It's what are your thoughts? What is this? What is that? You know, and like my boy Mike, he's in on this kind of a lot too. And he texts you guys and he's like, hey, did you know, I'm grinding, right? Let's lift this up, let's figure this out, let's move this around. You know, and we did that a little bit on this one. And so it's been a fun innovation to do this, to work with this. The fact that you're retroing some of these other guys, you're bringing them in like, hey, here's the idea, this is what we're going to do for you. And yeah, like you said, some people want the shorty.
Yep.
Some people want that, you know, and coming from the sport bike, I don't think you're that far off of between being like fucking all performance backer. Like,
right.
It's an easy transition. Like, you can appreciate it. It's like the guy that's been stunting on the superbike forever. Now he's ripping burnouts and stunting on the bagger, and you're like, that kind of fits our mold over here at Toast.
Yep. Yeah, that's where it ends up always. And it's always nice. You can't leave behind the guys that have already invested in us. Mm-hmm. So when we can evolve something, it's like you don't want to leave them behind. They've already invested. So now there's options. Like that guy that bought the slip-on can now buy the header to go with it, get more performance. You know, maybe at the time when he bought that slip-on, he's in a different mode, different time in his life, and now my guys are all going faster. Yeah. Everybody in the industry is going faster, so I want to go faster, and he's not left behind.
Yeah.
You know, thanks to you, the community of tuners, of enthusiasts, everybody is in some kind of communication. So you'll get back to me and say, yeah, man, shields are kind of a necessity. At least offer them as an option. And you know, they kind of, you know, they're these. It's just different kinds of riders and different tuners, and you bring us that information, and we're able to work off of that information.
Yeah.
That feedback it means everything, because we can dyno stuff and think we know what everybody in the industry wants and they're doing, and do the stuff that we like, but ultimately it has to be.
I keep saying I like to build bridges and not burn them down, you know?
Yep.
Because again, we win. The consumer wins. And I've never said anything bad, and even after this 4 days, staying in this man's house, there's nothing bad that I can say again. And being in the shop, other than you guys are, you know, making money moves. It's like, it's crazy to see, you know, what did we count, like, since I was here 2 years ago, is 5 new machines just to keep consistency. You know, just to be able to keep quality at a level and kind of trying to eliminate where mistakes could happen. Not that nothing's perfect. There's always something or an opportunity for something, but you guys have done such a great job minimizing the opportunity for, you know, just imperfection.
Yeah, to advance our process and you know, just, I always say build a better arsenal.
That was close. I have sport mode off. It was going to take that hit like a good girl.
All right, so just for fun, we just bent those 2 FTR pipes. We're going to show you guys how the roamer is part of quality control as well. And then just one extra step that these guys go to make sure things are right. So let's see.
So we'll go through and we'll basically do the same process that we already went through.
Yep.
4 straights. And we'll just do it twice to see if the bender has any variation.
Starting point. 2 down. And then this white.
Yeah, it's the thing with us is once we get a tool, it's like right to work.
Yeah, of course.
It's just about playing and everything isn't. It's not always an option.
Yeah, I know that feeling. There's been times like on the way to the racetrack, I'm like, I'm gonna buy this new Nikon and and then the night before you're like, I'm just gonna do like 2 setup things and then just fuck it, just press play or. So here's the second.
So then we get the second pipe. We basically just do the same thing over again.
Yep. Yeah, that's okay.
So you'll be able to drop this right into our jig,
Yeah, it's gonna
and
work perfect.
they'll both be identical.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking 0.0 change. You have 0.0 something change. That's
The biggest difference that I'm seeing is 0.05.
Yeah.
That's the biggest difference in these 2 pipes, which
Yeah.
can be the material from the manufacturer, could be the temperature of the pipes. One spot might have had slightly a little bit more lube. It's
Yeah.
really you can't even.
But I mean, how
You'll
hard?
never be able to see it.
How hard would that variable
Exactly.
be if you like to keep it within that tolerance by yourself? I mean, it's tough.
That would be aerospace.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're doing aerospace.
We like to make our shit fly, but not like that.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's pretty cool. Well,
We're also improving the process as we go. So
Yeah.
we're just it's a refinement. And I think I've never been one to say, yeah, that's good enough. We're here. This is business is running good. No, man, we got to look around the corner. We got to see the next thing.
Yeah.
And just the communication is everything.
So a little teaser, you guys are going to push the Indian brand some models here shortly. I'm not going to say when, but that's a goal, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, here's the big one. And all you guys want to know, I know. I can hear them. Ask him when that's coming to production. That's what I'm hearing out of the camera right now.
Well, I mean,
Can we say by the end of November?
yeah, you can. I want you to announce it.
Okay. So that's what we're doing. Goals by the end of November. And this is November 2023, right? Okay. I told him off camera, I'm going to hold your feet to the fire on this one. And dude, the product is so good that you guys got to bring it. You got to bring it. All my friends that are getting all these big bores and all that, this is the pipe that most of them will want. Some of them might want that shorty, and so you're gonna have to do some little bit of thing about that, which is in the works, which I think is awesome. You're not just like, no, we're doing our pipe this one way. You're like, no, there's customers that want the shorty. There's people that want this long,
Yep.
Sorry to throw that at you like that.
No, that's all right.
But dude, it is pressure. The Indian motorcycle community appreciates it. So they appreciate me putting you to the fire, and then now, I mean, the work is fucking good. You
Yeah.
gotta have it out there.
Yeah, thank you. I think that like with the initial Challenger full system, we were slow because we just kept going back to the drawing board. And it's like you have a bunch of guys like, I thought it was coming out, I thought this and that. And especially once we delivered yours, you were running a prototype that was really close to what the final product ended up being. And now it's like we're going back to the drawing board one more time, and the big bore stuff is like, all right, now this is going to open up. It's giving us a reason to just really hit this thing across the board. And when you manufacture certain brackets that can cross from product to product, it's a win anyways. It softens the cost of manufacturing and engineering, and then makes a better product in the end that's more affordable.
I'm so happy to be riding this and hanging out. So that's it. I mean, dude, we've done a lot.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to have you here.
Oh,
You know?
and you guys, there's going to be so much more. In this video, I'm not going to show you dyno numbers, and the reason why is at the very end of the video, so you're all pissed and yelling at me. But I like consistency, and so I'm still in Connecticut right now. I have to ride back to Minneapolis, and then at my earliest availability, I'm going to put it on my normal dyno, Arc Tuning's dyno, and he doesn't have anything to do with the Indian motorcycle world other than he's my friend, my really good friend, and he lets me use it for science. So we're going to produce those numbers to you guys. It's honestly, guys, and anybody that tells you different is fucking full of shit. If you jump from dyno number to dyno to dyno to dyno, some are conservative and some are juicy. And if you played the game right, you can make it look really interesting. Right? If I went to a conservative dyno and got a pre-run, and then I went to a real juicy dyno, I could make it look really good, which I could do. We know guys in industry that got some juicy dynos, and I could easily go, but the fact that I'm gonna go the hard way, I'm gonna go back to Arc Tuning, and I'm gonna use his dyno. It's transparent to you guys, and it's more honest for you.
Yeah, I want to know. Like,
I mean,
we run a baseline.
You guys got a lot of information, but it'll be real interesting because you've seen the percentage gains on your dyno.
Yep.
And I don't necessarily want to show you that. I want to show you the same dyno I work with because he's a neutral. And that's the benefit to you guys, is that I'm going the extra mile. Like, I doesn't live real close to my house. Like, I always say, like, oh, he lives by my... That's a whole nother perspective of how close a person lives, you know? So, transparency for you guys, actual dyno, but I'm going to tell you this. This is running so good. It sounds incredible, and it looks... yeah, this one's out of the park.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, there's a lot to making a bike run good. The motor has to be built right, it has to be tuned right, you know, has to have the right exhaust, has to be able to breathe and exhale all the same, very good. You know, if one of those is missing, it's not right. But I'll tell you what, you could put that on the wall for art.
Oh, you have the old one for that.
You have the old one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't take it
I don't
home.
think I can take it home. I'm gonna give it away.
I think like this, you know, I had a lot of opportunities to sit on conversations with you while you were here with other tuners and stuff like that. And I think that it was really cool because they try to make changes that we can make in manufacturing, and they're trying to do it. They're tuners, they're not exhaust builders.
Right.
So now we have that communication when they make a suggestion. I can use that information and be like, all right, now we're gonna nail this down.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I'm really happy working with you because you're ultimately concerned for the public that's gonna buy this, and you want to make it's just a win-win.
Listen, Spicy Candy needs to be the baddest bitch on the road. Okay?
She is.
Oh, I know, we gotta get the seat off, but that's okay. Listen, she looks good. She sounds good. She feels good. So right now she looks at herself. She's like, I'm a 10, baby.
Yeah, she's a keeper.
So, yeah, she is. She's a keeper. So as of right now, we're winning. We got this thing down, and that's it. I think that's it. Oh, I love you, bro. Well done.
Thank you.
Oh, and to you guys, I haven't forgot. I love you guys too. Ride hard, ride fast, and say hi to somebody you don't know. Peace.